Hello and welcome to the Adam Friedland Show podcast. How is everyone doing? Clap, clap, clap. We're live here in the studio. I love it. We're live here in the studio, me and Nick.
Today is Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday.
July 26, 2023.
My father's birthday.
It's Adam's dad's birthday. There's a lot of stuff going on in the news.
A lot of stuff.
If you are a Patreon subscriber, you'll notice that the Monday episode was missing. We recorded an episode, and there was some trouble with that, and then we went to re-record, and then there was trouble with that one as well. But Ginsberg is working to create a some sort of Frankenstein amalgam.
Frankenstein's monster.
Frankenstein's monster amalgam of those two episodes. And Ginsberg, you said that's done now?
Just got to put some subtitles in there.
I guess there's subtitles, and then if Adam signs off on it, then that will be uploaded to the Patreon for your viewing pleasure. And if you're not a Patreon subscriber, if you enjoy the Adam Friedland Show talk show, I know the podcast people are not particularly fans of due to
the ratings couldn't be lower.
Rina Sawayama's.
Sawayama.
Is that her name? Rina Sawayama's
Mitsubishi.
Yeah, takedown of the show. We've seen a dramatic fall off in our number one demo, which is
AAPI.
Yeah, AAPI goths.
Goths.
Yeah, goth Asians, which they're due for a comeback. I'd like to see.
They have to. They have to.
But the problem is that they had a brief period before they were taken over by the Fast and the Furious Koreans.
Yes. I think there was a moment where the Venn diagram met. And when I was in high school, all the Koreans had like devil locks and breakdanced and had integras.
Yeah.
They were like goths with integras. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be up. But if you're not subscribed to the Patreon, if you enjoy the Adam Friedland Show talk show, which is the centerpiece of this project and the reason we have to do a podcast and all
Our
this other
life's
stuff,
work.
is please subscribe, because that helps fund the show. As you can see with the strikes going on, money in the arts is not dwindling, it's just going straight to the top. So this is independent production, which means we don't have, we don't have, if somehow we could produce this show and finance it by sending people all of their packages with free shipping and had, like a multinational logistics operation that brought in trillions of dollars a year, then we would be fine. But we don't have that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it requires support from viewers like you. The show, creatively, I'm very satisfied with it. I think it gets better and better.
I feel the same way.
I mean, there is a question of resources. First and foremost, time. And that was the thing we struggled with, which is why we decided to just do a podcast and release the episodes once we have time to finesse them and not be held to a bi-weekly deadline, which was tough to not cut corners here and there where we would prefer not to. But now increasingly money is the limited resource, like all things in life, I guess.
Correct.
So yeah, hopefully we'll have that episode out today. Also, another thing we should start doing is just, even though they may be public, just posting everything on the Patreon so it's in one place.
Yeah, so it's like one feed.
Yeah. There's also, too, if you're a new fan of the Adam Friedland Show, perhaps you saw Chris Cuomo or Neil deGrasse Tyson or Jadakiss, you enjoyed those episodes. Early on, I guess Patreon launched video hosting. So there's a couple of episodes that are only on the Patreon, and we don't know how to download them to put them on YouTube. There's also the Vimeo account, which I was duped into purchasing.
I remember, the first one we posted on Vimeo. Right?
Yeah, and then Vimeo limits you to like 10 views, and then they start charging you thousands of dollars if anybody else watches.
Well, 10 views is high for an NYU Tisch thesis project.
Yeah. But we need to figure out before that expires how to get those episodes off there. Probably the Simon Rex or the Mac DeMarco episode. I didn't realize that the having Dracula come on the show and announce that, you know, he could book Jadakiss. Nobody gets that because that was set up in the Mac DeMarco episode.
Yeah, all of our new fans, which most of you at this point are new fans, we've lost touch with, and we disavow all of our old fans. I mean, I think for the record, we disavow each and every one of them. But all of our new fans do not understand that Dracula played an integral part in the narrative of the Adam Friedland show.
So hopefully, and then we got the Cumtown YouTube guy on board, so he's helping us fix all the YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully, we can get everything kind of in one place, because that's the thing I didn't really give a fuck about for a long time. YouTube or naming the episodes or putting any effort into it whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true.
But now that there's a story, you want it to make sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
And also in light of the all the strikes and the way that corporate media is treating the artist, I just want to make clear that there is no amount of money, and absolutely no amount of money that we could be offered by a streamer or perhaps a benevolent dictator somewhere in the Middle East.
You mean Netanyahu?
Netanyahu. We will never sell this.
July 26, 2023, and Benjamin Netanyahu has gone Netanyolo.
Yeah, it's true.
In his recent pursuit of...
He's wilding out, I believe, is the term. Yeah. And I was completely
You know what's very funny? If you Google Israel, because I just want to see what was going on. I honestly don't know much about their... how their government's structured, you know, because they don't have a constitution.
It's the Torah.
Yeah. So I guess you could you get a majority. It's surprising it took 75 years for it to happen, but you can just get a majority and pass a law saying like, oh yeah, the executive branch can do whatever it wants.
Well, they don't have an executive branch. He is the head of a coalition. It's a parliamentary system.
Oh, okay.
So he's the head of a coalition.
Gotcha. But they can just pass a law saying we can do whatever we want, and the court's not allowed to.
I don't know about their judicial system or like
Isn't
their
that the
laws.
issue? Is that
I think that now he's trying to just say that there's no judiciary anymore. Or
yeah, they don't have oversight over decisions that are being made by the coalition.
It's tough.
Namely, like appointing people to government positions. There's some guy they appointed that's like he's been convicted of terrorism and hate crimes, and they gave him a job.
Well, one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter.
I guess something like that. But the only point I was making is I tried Googling it to see what was going on.
What came up?
And a bunch of articles about how Israel's credit rating has been downgraded, which
it is a dark time for them.
That even the banks are mad.
On my dad's birthday, no less.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I can't believe it. I mean, I was completely on board with this whole Israel thing until they treaded on the judiciary. I can't, I thought it was a shining beacon of democracy until this one. This is beyond the pale.
What do you think? You think it gets worse? You think this is going to be pretty bad?
What I think is I don't fucking care.
You don't care?
My father and I, for the first time ever, on Monday night, we sat down and had we had a bottle on the table and we got drunk. And there was a moment in the night where I was screaming, "I don't care about Israel," which is a very embarrassing in retrospect moment. But does it get worse? I don't know. What's worse than an apartheid? The credit rating.
I guess a full-blown
dictatorship.
Yeah.
Oh, so the people doing the apartheid also can't vote?
I mean, there's a lot of
so the Afrikaners now can't vote either?
There's a lot of left-wing Israelis that are like, yeah, we shouldn't do apartheid. But now they're turning the hoses on those guys too.
I think those people are just basically doing Burning Man. They're not really doing much.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
They're like doing they're doing like they're listening to Infected Mushroom. And and ignoring the apartheid.
Yeah.
Many of whom are in my family, so I'm sorry if I have offended anyone. Yeah, I don't understand how that guy's still around, Netanyahu.
Yeah, apparently he had a pacemaker put in, and then 2 hours later he pulled like a Teddy Roosevelt and showed up for a vote.
So badass.
Yeah.
Americans like him because he speaks English like with an American accent.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're gonna give more money to his apartheid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also in the news, I guess you told me this. I thought Trump had a court date set for like November or something ridiculous. They gave a very short time frame to prepare this case.
I think they moved it to May 20 during the election.
Yeah.
But they say the judge is a conservative. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Is he going to jail? Actually?
I don't know, man. That's like a tricky issue, right? If you can't, like if he's the nominee in May, you can't have that trial happen.
It would be so sick if we had a completely brain dead guy and then live via satellite a guy in jail running for president.
Mm-hmm.
It would be so awesome.
I think they should just get like a psycho to assassinate him.
The deep
patsy.
state?
Yeah.
I mean, they've been doing that for a decade.
I know, but it should be clear. It should be a certain guy that you know who it should be.
Oh my God.
Soder said RFK Jr. He said that's who he's going to kill.
You think he's going to kill him?
That would be funny. That would be like, because
we're talking about a guy we both know.
We both know. I've had a theory for years that he's being set up as a patsy.
He is.
Yeah.
He's Manson.
No,
he's a less effective Manson.
He's not Manson, I'd say.
He's a loser.
Yeah, he's like Lee Harvey Oswald.
Alienated.
Mm-hmm.
On the fringes.
Yeah.
Bitter. The entire psychological profile's there.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna kill Trump.
He's gonna either kill Trump or RFK Jr.
He's too much of a loser even to pull that off.
After January 6th, I feel like, because you have all these people that are like cheering on these convictions or whatever, you would need like one right-wing protest where they're just literally peacefully demonstrating, but you get a lot of them, and then send the cops in and kill somebody, when they're just
Civil war?
No, not civil war. But if you could do that, if you could have a big you could provoke some kind of big right-wing protest, and then send cops in to just like Kent State them, and then get fucking Rachel Maddow to be like, this is good.
Yeah.
This is justice. Yeah. These are the people that the cops should be killing.
The cops are Batman now.
Then after that, I think you could get your CIA patsy to kill Donald Trump and not have to worry about it, because then you could just bring out the troops. You could just if there is any kind of protest, just just murder Lauren Boebert and, in the streets at that bowling alley.
It would be so cool if he assassinated someone.
Yeah.
It would be the funniest thing that's ever happened.
Uh-huh.
This guy we know.
Yeah.
It would be.
I've said for years, I think that's how it ends. That's how it ends for sure. I saw a mutual friend in Detroit. And he was like, "What? Is he going to kill himself?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. He's going to kill RFK Jr."
But why would RFK? Well, I understand for like why RFK.
He's a Kennedy.
Yeah, they all die.
It's very funny that that's the one that they let live.
Well, Ted also. Ted.
Yeah, but they had like a little like microwave tube pointed at his brain for 20 years. They were like, let's try something different. Let's not go.
Like Keith Richards did. He probably just survived. He just survived.
No, he got brain cancer.
Oh, Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but this one is like, was he ever in elected office?
No, I don't think so.
He just wrote books about the vaccine?
Yeah, he's mad about him and De Niro used to get mad about the vaccines. And his wife killed herself because he wouldn't stop cheating.
Yeah. Apparently she pulled the Elliott Smith card, where she was like, this is because of you.
Mm.
That is the most alpha move of all time, what Elliott Smith did.
To blame it on somebody?
Like, people say that he didn't kill himself. Yes, to blame it. But like, people say he didn't kill himself because you can't stab yourself twice. You wouldn't even have enough purchase on a knife to like break the breastplate, but to leave a note that says,
Yeah.
"It's your fault."
Mm-hmm.
That is like,
Self-immolating is the coolest way.
I know you love that Buddhism style.
Yeah. Well, I always thought it was funny that the most famous guy burned himself, presumably for some reason.
Yeah.
And now people just know him as
Rage Against the
the
Machine.
Rage Against the Machine guy. You're ready to kill yourself, and then you're just like, you're an album cover.
I used to think that Che Guevara was like
Zach De La Roca.
I bought a Che Guevara T-shirt in Mexico with my parents, and I thought it was a Rage Against the Machine T-shirt.
Yeah.
When I was 13 or something.
Yeah, Zapata too. That's also a Rage
Zapata.
Against the Machine guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going on. There's other stuff in the news.
Uh-huh.
People seem to be really upset about climate change again.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I don't watch MSNBC.
It's very hot in America right now.
It's very hot, but remember that New York Times Magazine feature on
Yeah, we
climate
were on the
change?
beach. I was reading it and I gave it
We
to
were
you.
not on the beach.
We were with Brandon Wardell on the beach.
No, I had it at the time. I had a Times print subscription, so
I read it and
we talked about it.
Okay.
But yeah, that was like that came out and everyone's like, oh, it's too late. The world's ending, and I don't think that's changed, but people stopped caring naturally because you know.
There just wasn't new Maddie news.
Life goes on, right?
Yeah.
You got to think about Matty Healy, and then now something's going on. Is it just the heat wave? Is that why people?
I think in the Southwest it's like 120 degrees.
Yeah, people are upset about climate change again. Been a lot of thunderstorms. Honestly, I think that's kind of nice.
I love thunderstorms.
Yeah.
But no, I think wasn't that article about the fact that they knew in the late 70s and they deliberately chose not to do anything.
Yeah.
But not that it's too late.
I think it's too late now.
Is it too late?
Yeah. What I've heard is that if we get to zero carbon emissions today, it'll take 10 years for the changes to stop, and then those changes are irreparable.
Oh, that you can't reverse it.
Yeah, you can't reverse climate change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
I don't care.
We gotta do. I mean, like not even like about climate change. Like
I mean, these are such big things that it's like
so
there's just no reason to care or put any. You can't do anything.
yeah.
I'm gonna stop China from polluting. It's not gonna happen. Yeah.
We can't do it with our art or something.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah. No. That has no power whatsoever.
Dude, it's so cool. They won't stop spitting and polluting.
The Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool of them.
Yeah. So yeah, climate change is also in the news.
Okay,
I guess
let's keep going.
we've covered that a little bit. I mean,
Rudy
everybody-
Giuliani admitted to lying about the election fraud.
What did he say?
He said the election fraud in Georgia. He said that it came out that he admitted under oath to lying.
What did he say? I lied about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something like that.
I don't give a fuck about the election either.
I don't
It's like-
either.
This is kind of the problem with covering the news is I don't give a fuck about any of this stuff.
I know. The news is gay.
Yeah.
But what else? What other?
Really, I've just been playing Zelda. I don't.
It was good.
Yeah, I gotta get like back into exercising and taking care of myself. I need there's not going to be any time to take any kind of like break for ever from touring and working on the shows.
You can just say that you're taking a break.
From what?
You can just tell your agents not to book
Well, no,
you
I mean my calendar's filled up
for the rest of the year.
Yeah, for a while.
Plug your dates.
Oh, yeah, I'll be in Chicago next weekend. Please come out to that. And then finally in Denver, I'm going to try and shoot this. I'll shoot an hour, hand it to Steven. He'll edit it. We'll watch it. If it's not dog shit, I'll put it on YouTube. And I only have like 30,000 YouTube subscriptions. So I don't know how that'll play. But yeah, hopefully that leads to more ticket sales. if it does, you know, do theaters, the move everybody seems to be doing. I always feel like anytime I see other people doing stuff, it's like, okay, well, the ship has to have sailed on that.
It's too late.
Yeah, because coming out of the pandemic, I mean, I was supposed to go on tour when the pandemic started, and then that got canceled, and I was like, oh, stand-up comedy's dead now. And then, that was the wrong take. Like
It's more alive than ever.
There's more money in it now than ever, but I keep thinking it's like, okay, well, if I put something, it'll have to be over by that time. But after, I tried to buy tickets to the Barbie movie, and it sold out for like 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like impossible to see this.
Yeah, I couldn't get tickets to Oppenheimer yesterday, so
yeah,
I saw Mission Impossible.
Well, it's like it must be that. I don't know. I mean, I guess now, like, you know, people say, oh, the pandemic's over. I think people actually feel that now, sort of across the board. Like, really, you go around New York, you don't really see people wearing masks or...
At all.
Yeah, that's done. And then this neighborhood, this is where that was, like, the craziest.
In Flatiron?
Flatiron and Chelsea. I remember going to the fucking Waverly Diner, like, the end of 2020 or something. It was, like, fall of 2020. And I walked in, I had a mask on, because you have to wear a mask everywhere. And I walk in, and there's some guy who, like, startles. Mm-hmm. He was, like, picking up food, and he startles back because I'm, like, 3 feet away from him. And he's like, 6 feet! 6 feet! He starts yelling that at me. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what? Then don't leave your apartment. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're really that worried, don't leave your apartment.
Yeah, I was walking my dog. I remember, like, peak of COVID, not wearing a mask outside. And I remember there was this like ancient Jewish couple, and they like saw me without a mask, and they put their groceries in front of their faces. They were like, "No, no!"
Yeah, even those people I think stopped.
They stopped.
Yeah, or they died, which.
Yeah, I think it did kill every old person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bioweapon from Netanyahu.
Yeah, Ukraine war's done. People don't really give a fuck about that anymore.
Is that true?
I guess they have some kind of counteroffensive, and they've been talking that up for a while, and then that's like, it seems like it's just going to be this prolonged stalemate, and...
Yeah, so we keep selling weapons.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, just sell weapons to them indefinitely. But the enthusiasm is gone. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see any more of those, like, Slava, Ukraini.
You only see it on Russian-owned businesses where they're clearly... Russian, not Ukrainian, and they have a Ukrainian flag on the
For what reason? To trap them?
No, to tell people that they're Ukrainian and they should come in and spend money.
To trap them?
Trap who?
Ukraine. If you said it's a Russian business, never mind.
Russian businesses in New York all have Ukrainian flags on the windows.
Something. I'll be right back too. Let me grab. We got an unboxing for you, folks.
Oh, unboxing! Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, this is very exciting.
Now, these are props. Mm-hmm. These were made specifically for the show as a one-off, as a prop. But Adam's friend, who runs both of our, I guess, merch stores. I don't really have
incredibly active merch operations.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to start making T-shirts again, only because it's kind of fun to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I really have the ability to do the numbers I used to. So I'll have T-shirts on my own website somewhat soon. But this
we are about to launch
official Adam Friedland Show merchandise.
All right, we got some bubble wrap.
Yeah. Here you go.
Here we go. Let's check it out, guys.
Adam Friedland Show merchandise here. Man, I lost my my Swiss Army knife. I had 2 of them, and I don't know where the fuck they went. But it's crazy how dependent you become on those things.
I'm having trouble with the tape.
All right, let's see here. Okay. So, this is the official, this is the prop, and this is the
real one.
The merchandise. As you can see, the art is, you put it that way so when it's on your desk, you know, if you're left-handed, oh, what am I doing at work? I'm having a coffee and watching the Adam Friedland show.
This is actually a massive fuck up.
Yeah, this actually looks terrible.
And they're left-handed.
They're left-handed, but also look at the quality.
The font is bad?
Honestly, this one should have been the prop, and this one should have been the one we released.
Should we call them right now?
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna call them. Call Max.
Yeah, tell him this is a piece of shit.
It's actually really bad.
Yeah, what we want is this logo over this way, right? So you're right-handed.
Yeah, it's a
Please leave your message for 20.
Max.
Add.
It's like honestly, I was like, why are you even sending it to us? Like I don't even fucking care. But it's first of all, it's a left-handed mug, right? Most people are in society are right-handed, right? So if you take a sip with your right hand, it is blank.
Well, it shows the people that it shows the rest of the.
No.
No.
It's the other way around.
It only works that way from your left hand. Also, the logo.
Okay.
Nick, what's your feedback on this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. It's first of all, even looking at it right now, it's printed like askew. It's on a diagonal.
Yeah, the font is also different.
It's this is like, frankly, like pretty bad quality.
So the left-handed thing, that's a stupid oversight. That's an easy fix.
He's a
One
good
second, let
man.
me write this down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at because we have the mugs that are used on stage as a prop, and like the font has no weight to it, and the black area bleeds into the font. I mean, it just looks. Yeah, like here, Adam can just take a picture and send you
I'll take a pic.
the difference
No, I
between.
mean, I have 10 more of these mugs at the office.
I'll show you a pic.
But do you guys have your logo without the like funky effects on the lettering?
Yeah, I mean, what I sent over was a Photoshop file, so it's all in layers. So if
Can you do me a favor and resend that?
Okay.
I don't know if I have that.
yeah, definitely.
Nice. Yeah, we're on the show. We're doing the show right now. So
Oh, did you drink out of them?
we haven't drank out of it. It
looks like off the mug on the right in the picture has like a coffee stain by the.
Oh, that's
That's been-
our mug.
Yeah, that's been stained for months. That's the one for
I
guests,
see.
but we don't have a dishwasher or anything. So
Yeah, so we wash in the toilet.
What it looks like your mug has the handle on the same side as the one I sent you.
Yeah, this one
No.
it's printed directly in front, which is
It's not
stupid
ideal.
also.
No, it's stupid.
But Dave ordered those months ago.
Okay, so I could make it bigger. I could tell them to make the black glossier.
It's not that the glossiness is one thing. It's just, I mean, if you can look at the letters and they're just like, it's not the same font at all. It looks like it just somebody in Helvetica just wrote the name of the show, but the actual logo, there's.
The only file I had to send them was the logo with the blur or whatever on it, and I guess they look, they're Chinese people that sell mugs for $1.99. You know, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, Chinese people made the other mug.
Yeah, Chinese people can make great mugs.
Yeah,
Not all Chinese are created equal, eh?
the logo of the show, you know, there's what do you call it, kerning? It's not just like typed in. Like there's consideration for how the letters are spaced.
Yeah, there's kerning.
Okay, so yeah, resend that the file, and
Okay.
then I'll reach out to these guys.
Okay, because we just did an unboxing on the show, for the fans, we're like shooting the show right now, and
We're expecting.
We're really embarrassed.
We're going to be like, oh, these mugs are just props. Here's the good one.
Here's the good mug,
and
now we're fucking like, now they're gonna be laughing at us.
well, they're certainly not going to be laughing.
Well, they won't be laughing.
Dude, but soon we'll be laughing all the way to the bank, boys.
That's right, baby.
Potentially.
All right. I'll talk to you
You
later.
think Stav's going to make $20 million this year?
No, we can't talk about that on the show. We're on the show right now.
You're on the show.
Yeah, you're on the show.
I didn't say that word, did I? All right, goodbye.
Bye. That's really funny.
What?
Did you hear what he just said?
No.
He's like, do you think Stav's gonna make $20 million this year?
20 million. I don't know about 20 million. Probably 5 to 10 for sure.
Yeah. He's rich. He's rich.
That boy done it.
That boy rich.
That boy done it.
All right. Anyway.
Okay. So also, not only the mugs, but today's episode is brought to you by mybookie.ag,
Okay.
an offshore gambling website that has hosted our show, or what do you call it? Fucking sponsored our show for years. And the big thing that they got going on is gambling. You go on there, they match your deposit up to $1,000. But the big thing they're promoting this week, if you want to gamble on it, and please go gamble on it and use promo code TAFS when you sign up,
Is Crawford Spence?
is UFC heads to Salt Lake City on Saturday. Fight at the top of the mountain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In elevation.
Yeah, with a rare pay-per-view card featuring no UFC championships. Fans will instead be treated to Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje.
Oh, Gaethje.
Gaethje, is that how you pronounce it?
I think so.
Okay. Justin Gaethje. So even the fucking white UFC guys have impossible names.
Dustin versus Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gaethje and Poirier.
Yeah, Poirier's, I guess that's fine.
That's kind of Cajun.
But what is Gaethje? That's like Welsh or something.
Yeah, or German maybe? I
don't know.
Yeah.
A follow-up to their 2018 Fight of the Year with the ceremonial Bad Motherfucker title at stake. BMF, they're fighting for the Bad Motherfucker title.
That's pretty good. BMF, also blowing money fast.
Yeah, kind of rude to give that to a white guy. Are these white guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, you shouldn't, you can't have...
You can't have two white guys.
Yeah, fighting for the BMF
The biggest
title.
dick in America.
Yeah. The Don't Tread on Me title, maybe. Yeah, but not Shaft's honorific.
Yeah.
In the co-main, Alex Pereira moves up to the UFC light heavyweight, and his first bout will be against the former champion Jan. Is it Jan or Yan? Blachowicz.
Blachowicz. He's a Jewish black guy.
Jan Blachowicz.
He's a Nazi Jewish black guy.
Jan Blachowicz. That'd be a cool name for like an electro funk producer.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Also, there's boxing this weekend.
Yes.
One of the most anticipated boxing bouts in years will take place this weekend.
We should watch it this weekend.
As Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. We have a lot of work to do this weekend. I don't know if...
it's at nighttime.
There will be work to do at nighttime.
All right.
An undisputed welterweight champion, Errol Spence Jr., not to be confused with Errol Morris, and Terrence Crawford, not to be confused with Terrence Howard.
It would be cool if those fellas were fighting.
That would be a cool fight to see. In fact, that's kind of my problem with UFC is that they're all professional fighters.
Yeah.
If it was two retards, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Just like two old Jewish men or something.
Yeah, it should just be people like waiting in line for midnight releases at GameStop.
Yeah.
You pit those guys against each other.
People at the returns counter at Costco.
Yeah.
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 Just in like a line that's too long.
Yeah.
I would love to see those fights.
That's who I would want to see fight.
That's kind of what bum fights used to tap into.
Yeah.
People at the bottom rungs of society.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like morally speaking, that must be one of the worst things.
Well, anyways, Errol Morris Jr. and Terrence Howard clash to crown an undisputed welterweight champion.
I'm taking Spence.
That's the other thing, too. A lot of these weight classes in boxing and fighting, They just ran out of words and they just made shit up.
Yeah, welter.
Yeah, welterweight. We got a Gazula weight.
Feather.
Yeah, a dingo weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the other ones? Bantam.
Bantam, that's not real.
That's the tiniest one.
Yeah, it's like a...
Bantamweight fighters are like 85 pounds.
It's the Filipino boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's them
Well,
Filipino.
it's back from like when boxing, the golden era of boxing during like the Great Depression.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that was like raised in a can of beans. And he's like, yeah, they call me Mickey the Spook O'Donegal. And, you know, he's like, I look 75 years old, but I'm 17.
Yeah. And I had to fight my way out of this neighborhood.
Right, yeah.
I woke up yesterday at 8 a.m.
I'm fighting the duck. They got me in a ring with a duck. And they say, you know, because the thing about ducks is they're smart, but, you know, you get in there, some of them can fly. But, you know, that's how life was on the Lower East Side.
I woke up at 8 a.m. yesterday to watch a fight that was in Tokyo.
The Americans have been linked, was it Gundams?
No, it was a guy from Philadelphia versus a guy from Japan. And he's the best, he's my favorite fighter, the Japanese guy. He's now taken the title in 4 different weight classes. And this was his fight at 122, which is the heaviest.
Are you excited about this one?
This one I'm so excited about.
Well, the Americans have been linked for a long time, and they will finally go head-to-head in Las Vegas on Saturday, with the Southpaws putting their titles and unbeaten records on the line.
I'm taking Spence, but I love Crawford.
Spence, 33, carries the WBC, WEA, and IBF belts into the T-Mobile Arena, while Crawford, 35, is WBO champion. Spence has a professional record of 28-0, and Crawford is 39-0.
Yeah.
Errol Spence has also been in a crazy drunk driving accident. You could also mention the Women's World Cup for soccer, too. Promo code is TAFS. Women's World Cup, that's coming up. Whatever happened?
That's right now.
Remember that? What was that thing where they're like, "Oh, female soccer players should get paid the same as men"? Did they win that?
I don't know. No.
Okay.
Yeah. That was what's her name? Rapinoe was her big thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen her speech? She gave like a speech.
Was she the one that got in trouble for like pulling her like pussy out at the Olympics? Or is that the?
I know
other
that
one?
was Brandy Chastain took her top off when we were kids.
No, there was. What was the other one? The one that was like Ham something.
Mia Hamm?
Megan Ham. Yeah, Mia Hamm. Didn't she pull her vagina out and like
She showed
it?
off her.
I thought she like opened it at like the Greeks or something during the Olympics.
I think yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
She opened her pussy all the way up, out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She pulled it. She like opened it.
Goal!
She pulled it, yeah. And then blew across the opening. Ooh. And made like cruise ship noises.
Yeah, like a conch shell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that that was like after. That was in 98.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah. Clinton was president. Yeah, she went to the White House. She dragged her pussy.
Yeah. I'm thinking, you know, because everybody's upset about trans people in women's sports.
Yeah.
They should invent newer sports that are like, you can only play them if you're cis, I guess. Not by restriction, but that there's only physical capabilities that...
You like the genitals?
Like period sledding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have like rubber knee pads and you have to have your period on a slide, and then it's like a bobsled.
Yeah. And like the woman with the heaviest flow would have the greatest advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see them try that.
And then you don't have a gender listed for it at all. You just call it period.
Yeah, guys could try.
Yeah, like men are welcome to.
You could drag your balls on the fucking
you get rug
the
burn
luge
or something. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it would suck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or like breast milk sledding.
Yeah.
Where you have to make breast milk and then slide down a hill with it.
Yeah. Like a kind of like a sport where you have to grab someone's penis, you know? Like that Turkish wrestling style
Yeah.
Where's the two guys in underpants?
Yeah.
But you could just do that where it's like tight.
They're not underpants, actually. They're leather capri pants.
We have a visitor. Thank you.
Thanks.
It's a podcast.
We gotta start locking that door. That happens way too often.
Yeah.
I also don't understand the no knock.
I mean,
What if we were therapists? What if there was like a 400-pound man in here? He's like, I was molested. Again, the guy like comes in. He's like, I'm terrified people will find out that I was molested. Oh no!
yeah. And it's a fucking
Now
Amazon
I have to gain
delivery.
another 400 pounds.
Yeah.
I watched probably 3 hours of my 600-pound life.
How's it these days?
Well, I don't know. Yesterday it was like all the good stories, and those are the only ones I watch. I don't know what, like half the show now is, and maybe it's always been this way. Admittedly, I'm not a 600-pound, let's just say I'm not the biggest fan of my 600-pound life. But I feel like more often than not, it's like, you know, they're like, it's, first of all, someone living in abject poverty. They're like, I got to do something. I got to change my life because I don't want to die. And then they have to get in a van. They put them in like the back of a car, and then they have to drive 18 hours to Houston to see that Persian guy.
The Persian lap band
And
guy.
he's like, what
Best
are
in
you
the biz.
doing? You're too much fat bitch to live. And if you want to be not fat bitch, you have to, you know, make change. And you have to, we need to see you lose maybe 200, maybe 500 pounds before we do surgery, you know, and then, you know, change your life.
So you're saying the good episodes like where they get it together?
Well, yeah, but it always is, they drive to the doctor just to get weighed, like the initial consultation. So they have to like do this Oregon Trail, and then they always they film the car from behind. Another thing they do on that show when they do
like how fat the car is?
when they do the initial like confessionals, they have the people sit on like a couch, I guess, and talk about like how eating has destroyed their life, and then they shoot them from like down here. So they make them look as like big as possible. And I tell you, on a 65-inch screen, it's like this is just this massive person. But they have to go for the initial consultation, and they get there, and then they just weigh them, and he tells them they need to lose a bunch of weight, and then they have to get back in the car, drive back to fucking Ohio, and then like, you know, try to manage the diet on themselves. I think the show pays each person like $1,500, and they tape them for a year, and then they cover like the surgery itself and then the follow-up visits afterwards. But I mean, like really they should be covering, that show is like massively popular. It's been around for a long time. I'm sure they have a massive production budget. They should be paying for like a nutritionist. Because if you just tell like somebody that has a crippling food addiction, you need to eat 1,200 calories a day, which is the diet they put them on.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's like, you know.
That's so hard.
And they have to do it for a while too, because they have a lot of like weight to lose. It should just be they get a nutritionist also that helps them, like, you know, and maybe they do. Maybe you just don't see that part. But anyway, the point is watching the show, like it feels like the majority of the time they get back in the fucking car, go see the doctor again. And he's like, you only lost 35 pounds. You're still a fat bitch, so we cannot do surgery. And then he sends them home. Yeah. And then it's like another year of them doing a diet without like much guidance other than like, it seems like they just give them a number, like calorie-wise.
And in the meantime, they're like literally in the Stanford prison experiment with cameras all over.
All over them, but also too, it's like they're so big that unless you have some kind of industrial scale, they don't know. They're like, well, we're gonna see how much weight I lost, and they only get to check like once a year.
Well, what about like at a county fair, like when they like weigh the biggest pumpkin?
They guess.
They guess for those?
Yeah, they guess. That's how you win the pumpkin, is by guessing the closest, you know.
Don't they have like a livestock?
Yeah, they
scales?
judge. That's pig judging. I don't know if they really have a way of weighing, you know, the pigs. They just say that's the biggest pig to me, it looks like.
Yeah.
First prize.
You think there's like a mean gay guy that's like the best pig judge?
Maybe, but
it's like, look at this bitch over here.
Probably. It's like best
Looks
in
like
show.
you've been eating.
Yeah. Tyra Banks' pig contest, top pig. But last night there was a lot of success stories, and those are always fun.
They got the surgery? They did all right?
No, I watched that show.
What do you do with the skin, though? It's awful.
They cut it off.
They cut it off?
Yeah. Now, I watched that show, and often it's like sometimes I'll feel like, I wish I was 600 pounds just so I could lose the weight, just so I could feel like I could.
Like you had a new lease on life?
Yeah, just like,
Yeah, yeah.
like I accomplished something. Because I mean, you know,
Jealous.
a little bit, yeah, honestly. I find myself jealous of the 600-pound life people off.
That's
offer.
nice, though.
Yeah. Well, to have such like a tangible problem right in front of you.
Yeah, when it's like
And
something that's not, you can't really put your finger on. It's
Yeah,
way
yeah,
worse.
yeah. And it can be fixed by not doing something. You know, by depriving yourself of something. You know, there's like a, you know.
Well, it's like quitting smoking, maybe.
Yeah.
But no one celebrates that.
Yeah, right.
No one's gonna be like,
Well,
I'm so proud of you.
You also can't see it. Like
You
nobody,
can't see
you
it.
wouldn't see somebody in a year and they're like, "Oh my God, you're not vaping."
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
No
It's just-
one's.
Yeah, there was a guy Michael on the episode last night. It was very funny because he because of his size, he was like, you know, very ashamed about like going out of the house. You know, he like wouldn't like take his sons anywhere. He wouldn't go out of the house. But they have the scene where he goes to meet the doctor for the first time, and they had already lived in Houston. He goes to meet the doctor, and you know, he's like explaining that he doesn't really like going out of the house because he's ashamed.
So fat, yeah.
And then the wife is like, you know, they're getting ready to go. She's like, "You got your hat?" And he's like, "Yep." And then he puts on, he's wearing like a bowler hat with autism puzzle pieces around like the band. And it's like, well, I don't want to leave the house and nobody makes fun of me. Where's the dumbest hat I've ever seen in my entire life? But that guy did it. It's like he's actually on Instagram. You can look him up. It's unreal.
He's jacked, or he's just skinny.
Yeah, he's like lost all the weight. I mean, he lost like 700 pounds.
Is there? I've never watched that show. Is there like a common pathology? Do they have like feeders in their lives, or they went through a trauma? That
Yeah, often it requires, I think, the other person to be enabling them. I mean, I feel like like older ones I watched, there was always like definitely like there was one where this guy's sneaking Taco Bell into the hospital for his wife, and the doctor comes in. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing? How dare you bring this? You kill him to bring this. That's what you're doing."
He's so calm about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't even. That guy is wild.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. It's like, imagine being a production company. You're like, we want to do a show about lap band surgery and people changing their lives. Let's find the least charismatic man in the entire fucking world to be the doctor.
He's the doctor for everyone on the show?
Yeah. They always go to him.
So he's the one that's making all the money.
He also, too, I used to feel like he was in a hospital and now he's in a strip mall somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a private practice or whatever. Yeah. But,
Yeah. I mean, maybe he was at some big hospital in like the big old the Bob's Big Boy Center. At, you know,
in Hurston.
Yeah, Hurston International Hospital.
I think I saw only one, but I think it was a woman who lost a child, and then the next child, it was his mom who was like just enabling it.
Yeah.
And she was like, hamburgers are good for you.
Yeah,
You need to eat.
often they have like a history of like sexual abuse or something.
Really?
Yeah. And then, you know, I mean, obviously further isolation from being so big
And being in their house.
From being in their house, and then if you find comfort in food, I mean, it's like, that's the worst addiction to have is food, because you need to develop moderation.
Right.
There's no other addiction like that.
Yeah, you can't have like just a little crack.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like full abstinence.
Yeah, you just have to smoke less crack.
Yeah.
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 That sucks, man.
Mm-hmm. But I was dying when he put that hat on. You got your hat? Yep.
Is it, okay, also, what percentage of them have normal-sized partners? And what percentage of them have also fat as shit partners?
Yeah, I don't know like a percentage-wise.
Is it more common that they have a normal-sized one, or more common that they have like a fucking...
That's the other thing, too, is they all seem to like to have relatively stable home lives.
Yeah, they have
but
girlfriends.
it's also, too, it's like shot a certain way, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they edited it to...
How do they pay for their houses and their food and stuff?
What do you mean?
It just seems like it's like a massive
lot of food.
investment.
They usually have jobs, you know, work from home and stuff.
Yeah.
The funniest one was the guy with the red hair, whose dad was like, he loved his dad. Him and his dad loved each other. They lived together, but he just plays Xbox Live all day long. Oof. Plays Xbox Live all day long, and Let me see if I can find the picture of him sitting in that bed. 600.
It was like one of those bedrooms that you see on Reddit, where it's just a mattress and a TV and a console.
Oh yeah. Casey King.
It's a cool name.
No, I mean this guy has an insane look.
This is stressing me out.
And yeah.
It's stressing me out.
Well, it's also I don't understand what his legs are doing.
He looks like Fat Bastard.
Mm-hmm. 700
It's
pound
literally
man
just Fat Bastard.
who plays video games all day.
Is he good at gaming?
He has to bathe outside like a pig. Oh, sorry. This was on the series Family by the Ton,
Oh.
a spinoff of the TLC reality series My 600 Pound Life.
So he didn't lose the weight and he got a spinoff.
Yeah.
They're literally killing these people.
Yeah. I mean, the show's like pretty depressing. I mean, they have
I can't watch it because it's so stressful.
again. I've been
And the music is stressful. It makes it more stressful.
I've never watched it consistently, but it seems like there's a therapist on there now that there wasn't before. I don't recall that when watching it years prior.
to like drill into the trauma.
Yeah, they have a therapist named Dr. Paradise, who
Badass.
comes off like he has like a mental insufficiency. He's like, so why'd you start eating so much? And then they'll be like, oh, I was molested. And he's like, oh, wow. Okay. So how did that make you feel? And he's always got this like weird half smile.
It's so stressful.
Yeah.
And they're like filling up the other side of the room.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. That show and Hoarders, I can't take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hoarders is cool though.
It's not. It's like,
Hoarding is cool. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I don't
It's
think
not.
I don't think that's a disability or a problem. The whole
they have
all
like
of
poo-poo and stuff in their
all of-
house. They have poo-poo on the floor always.
all of society is based around accumulating as much as possible.
the poo-poo.
Some poor people.
There's always a poo-poo
some
aspect.
poor people figure out a way to do it that threatens. Because Obama's like, I can't do that. I was president.
Yeah.
I can't fill my house with stuff.
He couldn't do it.
I have to keep it in my bank account.
Yeah.
Well, too bad. Somebody
Yeah.
figured it out. Oh, so now it's a mental
It's
illness.
something they could have. You're
Right.
saying.
Yeah.
But there's always a poo-poo aspect to it.
Is there?
There's always shit and like dead things.
Yeah.
There's always like a biological aspect to it that's like revolting.
I haven't watched much Hoarders either.
Yeah.
Storage Wars, I haven't watched either. I really have
That
not
show's
watched
nice.
Storage Wars.
Yeah.
I kind of don't like that.
What?
I think it's boring.
Yeah, but that's what's nice about it, is
Yeah.
how boring it is.
I would like to do a reality show where you find people that are morbidly obese that want to change their lives, but they don't want to lose any of the weight. And the show is we attach, see how many balloons we have to attach to them before they're lifted up into the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And then their family can just say goodbye to them. And they,
Like a, yeah.
yeah, and they
Like
just,
up.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, like up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the big triumphant moment is when we tie on the final balloon that like actually
And then
lifts
they
them.
wave goodbye.
They wave goodbye.
And everyone's on the ground waving
Yeah,
goodbye.
waving goodbye.
It's kind of beautiful.
And then the credits roll as they sort of just like disappear
Yeah.
with the sun behind them.
Yeah, and every episode is the same.
The same, yeah.
There's no like narrative arc.
No.
It's just tying balloons to a fast person.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've spent 15 years just bedridden, and
Yeah.
it got progressively worse, and my husband died, and I really don't want to carry on anymore, and I feel like a burden to my family, and so I've decided to consult with Dr. Now for the balloon treatment. Okay, so we'll have to make more balloons.
We tie the balloon.
We're going, if you want to be in space, we have to put balloons on you. So,
We have to go to National Weather
But
Service.
we do not know if we have enough balloons, so you have to lose 150 pounds before you can put you on balloon. It's not even like he has an accent because he doesn't speak English.
No,
as
he's
a
just
person.
lazy.
He's just, yeah.
He's just lazy, man.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Like, I think if you heard him speak Persian, if you were like
It'd be
a,
the same thing.
yeah, you'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with
He's
this guy?
speaking Farsi.
Yeah, right. Why does this guy sound like this?
I'm the laziest doctor in
Yeah.
America.
And is he deaf?
I've only seen like one episode.
Dr. now Zaradin?
That's such an insane life that guy has.
Mm.
That he just has to like all day just like look at those type of bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then lazily tell them to stop eating.
Mm-hmm.
What do they have to get down to get the lap band surgery?
I think 450 pounds.
Is there a reason for that? It's like dangerous otherwise?
It's dangerous, and then, I mean, you can't like do surgery, like, you know. It just doesn't work that way. I think they have to be small enough for the surgery.
Do they still make shows about like this guy's got like the biggest balls in America and stuff?
I don't know if they ever did a show like that.
They're always like like body.
There should be a
freak
monster
shit.
truck that has truck nuts,
That'd be so
but
sick.
just giant nuts.
Yeah. That'd be so badass.
Yeah.
It's just unnecessarily large nuts.
Mm-hmm.
They drag on the ground, they spark while he drives.
Yeah, that would be cool.
There's always those guys that have to like put their balls in a wheelbarrow or something, or maybe I'm thinking of just one guy.
Yeah. Then moved to the United States. He participated in the medical orientation program in St. Louis University. College of Surgeons.
That guy left after the revolution?
No. No, he left in 71.
Oh, before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moved to the United States in 1970, so before the revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be a fat doctor. To be America's fat doctor.
Yeah. He's been married to Dolores McRedmond for 27 years. They've been
Oh,
divorced.
he got a Irish wife?
Oh, his son is a director on the show, so that's probably why he's on the show.
It's an inside job?
Yeah.
That's bullshit, dude.
Yeah, Jonathan Nazaruddin. Jonathan Nazaruddin. Let's see if this guy directs anything else. Well, when you Google him, it's his credit is that he's that guy's son. So I don't know who was first. Yeah, no, his son started in 2015. So he was
On the show.
He was on the show first. And
He got his boy a job.
He got his boy.
My son, the best director.
Mhm. But yeah, the Xbox guy was the best one on the show.
Yeah. And his dad was just sending up taquitos the whole time?
Yeah, his dad loved him.
Oh, that's so sad.
I'd
Yeah.
probably be like that. I think I might be.
If you beat cancer.
I think I'm a feeder. Honestly, anytime I'm in a relationship, which is always going to be with like another depressed person, constantly I'm like, "You want a little treat or something?" I'm always bringing peanut M&Ms and shit. That's just something.
It's like a cat.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this will cheer you up. Want some Sour Patch Kids?
Dude, it would be awesome if you had a 900-pound wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he lost all the weight.
Who? The guy from last night?
No, the fucking.
Oh, the fat bastard? Oh, he really did.
Yeah, he lost all the weight.
I think beating cancer. What you were saying before is like, oh, you wish you could. I mean, it isn't physical, right? Because you can't see a tumor. But that's like, people have to be happy for you.
I don't think I'd beat cancer. I think if I got cancer, I'd just die.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I have it in me to beat cancer.
Well, it wouldn't be you. It'd be the
I'm not gonna go
chemotherapy.
I'm not gonna go sit and watch a 5K, you know, or like fucking. I'm not gonna put a bow on my head. I'm not doing any of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want T-shirts.
If people are oh my God, the T-shirts.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. No bumper stickers.
I went to my uncle's funeral. He died of cancer. My cousin's in a frat, and like all the brethren were in the back wearing the T-shirt, holding it down for my cousin. It was like so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
That scene in the new Insidious where he goes in the bathroom and the kid who died in the frat throwing up comes back from the dead. That's very scary.
what I didn't see it.
The new Insidious is good.
I heard. Yeah, you told me it was scary.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible sucked. By the way, that's my review.
Oh, did it?
I love that franchise, and it was The longest, worst one yet.
Is that the one where he does the motorcycle off the thing?
That's the
parachutes?
thing that was my takeaway. My dad and I were talking about it afterwards. Seeing him do it 6 times in that clip, just the stunt, it doesn't ruin the stunt, but it's not like you're in the theater like, wow, cool. It's way cooler seeing the guy Tom Cruise doing it. The guy that we love doing that.
That clip is insane. But it's wild. It came out so long ago. I figured that movie had already come out.
I think it came out last year. Yeah.
What the
It was
clip
yeah, it was after Top Gun came out.
Yeah.
He released that clip.
Yeah,
and then he released the other clip where he's skydiving and then he's mic'd and he's like, thanks for coming back to the movies. We're gonna save the movies.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the coolest guy of all time.
Tom Cruise fucking rules.
He's the coolest guy of all time.
We got to get him on the Adam
I
Friedland
heard.
show.
Okay, well then I won't say it.
What?
I heard like one of those fifth-hand urban legends about how he likes to have sex, and it was also very cool.
What, while skydiving?
No, no. Like
Just skydiving, just riding a motorcycle off and then just into somebody's pussy.
No.
What you're gonna say? No.
I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, all right.
He's a friend of the show. I don't want to.
We'd love to have Tom Cruise on. Anyways, we got this brand call.
Yeah, we have to call
10
it
minutes.
advertiser. Folks, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. We'll get the better mugs soon.
Oh, I will be in Washington, D.C., I believe the last weekend of August, returning home, back to the place from whence we
Are you
came.
doing Big Hunt?
Big Hunt doesn't exist anymore.
What are you doing?
I forgot the name of the place. The Comedy Loft. 5 shows?
Is that a Sean Joyce joint?
No, Sean Joyce opened up his own club, I think, in Adams Morgan.
But I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it's called. I would love to.
Shay J's.
Shay J.
Shay J's.
Shout
Comedy
out to
Club.
our boy Sean Joyce.
Sean Joyce, inventing the DC comedy scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
basically.
mastermind, the architect.
Yeah. Does he even do stand-up anymore?
I think he stopped doing stand-up once he started all his rooms.
Yeah.
But I think COVID kind of, because he was running like 5, all those shows were sold out.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing really well, I think. But
Yeah.
shout out to Sean.
Sean Joyce, holding it down. All right.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
What is this called?
1:30.